The square root of 2 logic of that. Actually, if you take one word out of a poem, it falls apart. And that's the definition of a poem. It's indestructible.
Wrong finger 2. Wrong finger 2.
Rock singer 2. A frog sitting on a commode says, rock. Okay, enough from the crowd. Well, then he went on to read a beautiful poem about a man who went home unemployed, distraught, and killed his wife and 3 infant children. It was a beautiful, beautiful, heart-rending poem. Actually, if he had written that poem before it happened, it would have even been a more beautiful poem. But it was a magnificent example of recorded events that everybody can empathize with, who feels like killing their family. And that is the good thing about poetry, is it can release emotions in a person, and we should all be aware of these emotions. And poetry is actually a friend that will warn you of your innermost nightmares. As this poem, I think, does. This is a poem, incidentally, that was written yesterday and performed yesterday night at the New Writers Collective in Boston, the oldest poetry group continuously meeting in Boston. The New Writers Collective. The title of this poem: When does a therapist call the police? I have had this dream since early childhood, at least since before puberty and the onslaught of maturity or manhood. I hesitate to relate it to you now, but I think I should. I was in a hayloft of a dilapidated, run-down barn at the back edge of what was once a working farm. Now abandoned due to its proximity to Eva Braun's summer retreat, where the Fuhrer, as rumor had it, rumor being the only news you could believe, was now in a top secret meeting to map out the strategy of what would be the new world order after final victory. I was not naked, but nearly so, having torn and shredded my clothes, crawling across the stubble of the meadow in the pre-dawn blackness of a stormy, thunderous night. Even my underwear was wet. But my gun, a new rifle with a telescopic sight, hidden in the barn by an anonymous member of the resistance underground was dry and well oiled, having never been fired. As I focused the crosshairs on his mustachioed head, I knew I could not allow the barrel to protrude through the window, for all the sentries on guard duty were watching. As the whole world urged me on, the thought occurred to me that this would be the most important shot fired in the history of humanity. But the actual pulling of the trigger, I was hesitant. Won't someone please shoot the president?
How are you out of it? One and only.